Hey there, welcome. To be completely transparent with you, I struggled to make this video. How does one share information about God? Every time I approached the topic, I would come to a point of silence and surrender, and my mind would stop. How does one comprehend the incomprehensible, and then share that? So let it be said from the outset that anything I share in this video will not, and cannot, convey the depth and magnitude of that, in which everything is annihilated into silent joy and reverence. The love of God is incomprehensible. That being said, let's begin. First things first, you are conscious because consciousness exists. You are experiencing this because there is a space to experience it in. Because the supreme reality exists, this is here. As mentioned in the video, Who Are You? God describes the formless presence at the root of all experiences, and is seen by going back the way we came. When we climb out of the branches of our mind tree and recede back down the trunk into the root, and then deeper still into the seed, and then even deeper to beyond the seed, we find God there, the source of everything. Having dropped our attachments to ideas and concepts and left the mind behind, we now rest as undisturbed awareness, with God, in God. This is communion, a unified communication, a communication without speech, light dancing in light. This wordless state, in which everything is communicated in a moment, is timeless, is without boundary or barrier, is indestructible, is formless, is perfect, is constant and consistent, is real, and is true. These attributes of God give rise to some symptoms of God. They are fearlessness. Because God consciousness is everything, everywhere, all the time, and beyond time, it knows there is nothing outside of it. So there is nothing to attack it. There is nothing beyond it. There is nothing to defend against. So there is no fear. And when there is no fear, there is innocence, unguardedness, peacefulness. Peace is the result of absence of fear. The book A Course in Miracles perfectly encapsulates this. In the beginning of the book is written, nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God. Loving. The presence of God radiates a love so deep and complete, it defines all. Like God, there are no levels to God's love. It is unconditional, infinitely everywhere. One unified consciousness in frictionless flow, with the fragrance of love throughout. Without judgment, God knows and loves itself and all its creations unconditionally. It therefore remains undivided by judgments. The only judgment this loving state of peace makes is, I love you as I love myself. So this unified field of love does not give birth to separation or the experience of separation. Judgment creates separation, and there is no judgment coming from God. Any judgments we experience are games of our minds, which believe separation is real. Trust and flow. Because the God field knows itself as unified, fearless love, with nothing beyond that, there is total trust and fluidity. Knowing itself and its extensions, God lays no limits. Only the fearful would make rules and boundaries and restrict or control the flow. Be like water is a sign of trust. Simplicity. Complexity is not of God. How could it be when all he knows is one? He knows of one creation, one reality, one truth. Nothing conflicts with oneness. So what is there to decide? It is conflict that makes choice possible. The truth makes no decision, for there is nothing to decide between. What is everything leaves room for nothing else. That's an excerpt from A Course in Miracles. Logical. The nature of the formless conscious field from which all forms arise is supreme intelligence, which by nature is logical. The result of God is peace, because it all makes sense. Complications only arise within a confused and conflicted mind. Before ideas. This consciousness field of supreme intelligence is not an idea. This means that the mind cannot see it. The mind is limited to working with ideas. So if you try to use the mind to find God, you will fail every single time. This is generally why we get lost. We get caught up in our minds and therefore cannot see God, rather than a concept grasped. God is a presence experienced. Effortlessness. The natural state is effortless perfection. God is not trying. Something completely complete and perfect has nowhere to go or to strive for. God is the sound of 1,000 flowers opening. So there we are, the state of God and the symptoms of that state. There are some laws pertaining to this state. They are: what is true is changeless. You cannot alter what God made you as. You are entirely free because God knows itself and by extension you, and allows the flow. Creation is intrinsic and natural. What you will manifests because God made you like itself. God is love, and you are love and loved. These attributes, symptoms, and laws are the foundation of all experience. As such, they are also the default state to which all things return. I wish you enough freedom from the wheels of your mind to catch a glimpse of that which exists beyond the mind, and may it forever guide your way. I'll leave you with a short verse from the enlightened poet Rumi. Like and subscribe if you enjoy this. Let's break free together. God bless, as always, and forever. You are loved.